And besides the insertion, we can also delete some tuples from a table. We can do the deletion by following the template as shown below. So to delete some tuples satisfying a condition, we can write down as shown follows. So we can delete from some table. This relation denotes a table name where with some conditions. We provide you with an example. We delete from the next table with drinker and beer as attributes the fact that semi-next spot. So we can do the deletion as shown as follows. We delete from next where drinker equals to semi and beer equals to bot and semicolon. In this way, we can delete the fact that semi-next spot from next table, right? So in this deletion, we have this where condition. And sometimes, if we don't have any conditions at all, what do we do? We will provide you with an example. If we have a statement, delete from next, semicolon, and that's it. We don't have any where conditions. If so, then we will delete all tuples in this table. The next table, we delete all the tuples. Inside, we have no where clause. We don't have any conditions. We delete all tuples. Here I want to clarify. For this deletion, we delete from next. We delete all tuples. However, this next table is still in the database system. The table is still there. However, this table it is empty. It only contains a schema. It doesn't contain any data inside this table if we do the delete from next. This operation will only delete all the data in the table. However, the table is still in the database system. Right? You should compare this delete from next versus the job table. Right? If you still remember, before we provide you with a statement like this. So before we show with a statement like job table, right? Next versus delete from next. You should be able to compare them versus with each other, right? So job table next will delete both schema as well as data in the next table. However, delete from next, they will only delete data tuples. However, the next table is still in the database system. This table will be empty, but the schema is still there. So they are very different, right? So this is for deletion of all tuples at once. Delete from next with no conditions. Besides this, we can also delete according to some subqueries instead. So for example, we can delete from the beers table with name, the beer name, and the manufacturer. So all the beers for which there is another beer by the same manufacturer. So for beers with the same manufacturer, they will be deleted, right? If we want to do so, then we have to use subqueries to help us. So first step will be find all the beers which have some other beers sharing the same manufacturer with them, right? Therefore, we can do so by writing down as follows. We'll have select name from beers. We provide name for beers, now A, where the A dot manufacturer equals to B dot manufacturer. B is the beers table from here, outside it. And we have a condition that A name doesn't equal to B name. In other words, so for the tuples in the beers B, this table, we can find another tuple in the beers table. They share the same manufacturer, but with a different name, right? And we will return these names of these beers as a return result for the subquery. Then we can delete from beers. We provide name B for the beers table, where I hope you still remember this exists, right? Exists subquery. Inside it, we find the beers sharing the same manufacturer as the tuples in the B table, right? If this one is not empty, it will be return true value, right? right? If it is true, then we delete the tuples from beers table. If it is not true, in other words, we can never find another beer with different name but the same manufacturer. If this one is empty, it will return false value, right? And these beers will be valid and they will never be deleted. So this is a deletion with subquery. We also use this exists, this operator to help us. So for deletion, we have something more to discuss here. We showed you a statement before, right? We delete from beers, the beers B, where exists, we have some beers with the same manufacturer but different names, right? Inside the table. And let's say we have a beers table as shown on the right hand side. We have beers, name, manufacturer. Inside the table, we have two tuples. The first one is Bud, and the manufacturer is Bush. The second one is Bud Light, the manufacturer is also Bush. The question will be, if we execute this statement based on the beers table, what will be the return result? I mean, after we do this operation, what will be the beers table like? We have three options. The first option will be, after we do this statement on this beers table, the result will be like this. We have name manufacturer. We have only one single tuple, Bud, Bush. This is option 1. Option 2 is we have the same schema. We have Bud Light and Bush. And the third one will be we have name manufacturer, but we have no data tuples. The question is, which one will be the state of this table after we're executing this statement based on the beers table as shown here? We have this question because if we execute this command based on a beers table, right? Generally, we need to execute this command row by row based on the beers table, right? When we do the first row, we're checking beers B. We check the first row, the Bud, right? We check if we can have some other beers with the same manufacturer or not. If we go to this row, let me mark down, we are here right now. When we check this row in the beers table, we find that we can find another beer, Bud Light, with the same manufacturer, but different name, right? Therefore, we can mark this row for deletion, right? And when we go to the second row, we find that the Bud Light, and we can also find another beer, the Bud, with the same manufacturer, right? It seems this one should also be deleted. Then the question is, where will we do the deletion operation? If we do the deletion operation at a different time, we can have different results. For example, if we still to go through the first row, we check this first row, we check the Bud, right? We check if for this Bud row, we can find some other beers with the same name or not. If so, we can find the Bud Light, right? If after we do the checking, and we do the deletion directly after the checking, we mark this row for deletion, and we'll delete this row, right? Then we can move to the second row. We move to Bud Light. If we do the deletion before we check the second row, right, we find that when we go to the second row, inside the table, we don't have any other beers anymore sharing the same manufacturer with Bud Light, because we deleted the Bud already before we check in the Bud Light row, right? It will create a problem, right, for us. If so, then the result will be like this, right? On the other hand, if we check the Bud Light first, and we find the Bud with the same manufacturer, we can say we can delete the Bud Light from the table. Let's assume if we check the Bud Light first and we delete it before we move to the Bud, and after the deletion we move to the Bud, we check the Bud row. We find that at this moment, inside this table we only have one Bud, right, which is made by the manufacturer, the Bush, and we cannot find any other beers by the same manufacturer as the Bud. It seems this Bud can be preserved as a result. If so, then the result will be the option 1, right? The third option will be If we do the deletion after checking all the tuples, we check the bottom row, we mark this one for deletion, and we move to the second row and mark this one for deletion as well, we find that they all be marked for deletion. If so, they will all be deleted after we checking them. If so, then we can delete all of them, right? And we can get the last option as the return result. Right? We delete all the tuples. So the main question will be, which one will be the result? Depending on the orders we're checking the tuples and we delete the tuples, we can get different results. So to answer this question, we need to know the way this system works for deletion. The system will mark all the tuples first and then delete at the very end. In other words, the system will check the bottom row and mark this one for deletion, right? When they check the bottom and mark this one, it should be deleted. Then do a marking here. And then can move to the second row, and they will mark this row for deletion as well. After we move to all the rows inside the table, and they will delete all the tuples with this mark, and delete them at the same time. This is the way the system works for the deletion. In other words, if we execute this statement based on this table, the result we can get finally will be option 3 actually. This option 1 and option 2, they are wrong. The option 3 is the correct answer. We delete all the tuples in the table, and the final result for BS table will contain only the schema, name manufacturer with no data tuples inside it. I hope you can follow me, right? Okay, let's come back to the slides. So for the deletion, and this is the example we just showed before, right? Suppose Bush makes only bottom and bottom lines, and suppose we come to tuples for the bottom first, and the subquery is not empty because we have the bottom lines, right? So we can delete bottom. And when we move to the B to the bottom lines, do we need to delete the tuple as well? The answer is that we already delete bottom line as well. The reason is that the deletion actually works in 2 stages. We first mark all the tuples where the condition is satisfied in our original relation. We do the marking first and then delete the marked tuples. I hope that you can follow me, right, for this example. The deletion works on these 2 stages. We first provide a mark for data tuples if they can match the condition or not, and then we can delete all the tuples at the same time after we do the marking.